Hey, Eric, wanted to ask you about Jaden Knowles and Todd Hudson. Now that you've seen those guys in action in a game, how do you feel like they played? What have you seen from them throughout fall camp? And do you think those are guys that can help you moving forward?
Those guys have done a great job, working hard, being there every day, listening, soaking up knowledge. They did a great job I was so happy for them having the opportunity to go in that Western Carolina game and play at a high level like they did. I think those are two great backs that can definitely help us moving forward.
Thanks, Eric.
Ryan Neighbor.
Yeah, Eric, wanted to ask you about Spencer. Obviously, you worked with him a lot in the off season, but what have you learned about him here over these last two games that maybe you didn't know before? And just what do you think about the way that he's handled, running the offense and in this, early part of the season?
Spencer, he was my workout buddy in the summer. It was the first guy I kind of talked to when I got here. But over the last two games, playing quarterback is a hard position. You got to know everything about everyone. So, he has a hard job, but I think he does a great job of leading this team. He does a great job of helping me when I need help, helping everyone when they need help. He's done a great job, just overcoming and playing at a high level.
Appreciate it, Eric. Have a good one.
No problem.
Mason Young.
Hey, Eric, obviously noticed the touchdown catch from you the other day, and it seemed like when you were at Tennessee, you had some good receiving games as well. How much do you feel like that can continue to build for you this season? And do you feel like this offense puts you in a good position to catch the ball out of the backfield?
Yeah, it definitely does. Being able to showcase, being able to catch the ball out of the backfield, is kind of something that the game has evolved to. The running back catching the ball out of the backfield, so being able to showcase that, and this offense definitely puts me in that position.
Thanks, Eric.
John Hoover.
Eric, hey, I'm curious about the step up in competition this week when you go from playing Western Carolina and the final score 76-0, and then 7 days later you're taking the field against Nebraska. It's quite a step up. It looks like. Is that something that's a challenge to do in just 7 days?
Every game is the game. Every week is the week. Stepping up in practice, you approach every week the same way. So, you want to go hard in every week, no matter who you're playing, but definitely going to be a great game this week, a great test for us.
Do you think the fact that that you guys have won two different games by two different methods, you had to survive the first week, and then the second week, it's just everybody's on the sideline with the coaching staff at the end of the game. Is that helpful in any way moving forward for the season?
It's definitely helpful getting that first game, overcoming adversity. Sometimes in a season you don't face adversity till later on in the season, but us being able to handle it in the first game is definitely going to help us moving forward.
Thank you.
Jesse Crittenden.
Hey, Eric, I just wanted to ask, what did you guys take away from that Western Carolina game offensively? I mean, was there anything you guys figured out about how you guys need to play going forward?
Last week we had a great week of practice. Going into that game, everyone was on the same page. So we're kind of just trying to follow that model again. Everyone knows how great of a practice that we had last week. So we want to follow that again this week and then follow it into the game where everyone's on the same page.
Thank you, Eric.
James Hill.
Eric, talk about the Nebraska defense. They believe they're getting better every single game they take the field. What do you see out of the Cornhusker defense?
From watching film, they look like a pretty good defense. That's a sound defense. Has a good front line, good front seven. So it's gonna be good. I think this is a great defense to play against.
Eric, thanks.
Brian Chapman.
Hey, Eric, we've asked you a ton about acclimating to the new offense, but like specifically running behind a new offensive line. How long does that take to gel and get comfortable? Is that just something that takes 3 or 4 games for you to feel great about?
Me definitely coming in the spring definitely helped me get adjusted to running against the O-line, and definitely the O-line getting adjusted to me with me cutting back and them keep blocking downfield. So it definitely helps both of us, but it has definitely helped me the past 2 games of really getting a feel, getting my feet under me for sure.
Austin Kirkwright.
Hey, Eric. I'm just curious what your sort of background knowledge was of OU Nebraska, the rivalry itself, throughout college football history. Lincoln Coach Riley earlier mentioned, sort of talking with the team about, the history of this game. So I was just curious, what your thoughts were on that.
My dad is a big football fan. He just loves football. So I've heard of the OU Nebraska. I haven't heard much of it, but I've heard of the big rivalry of OU Nebraska, like those being the two powerhouses back in the day. So I've definitely heard about it. He was mentioning it. So it's definitely going to be a big game.